everyone, welcome. My name is Debbie. I own Bird Mania. We're located on Emmaus Avenue in Allentown. We have a small specialty shop. We only deal with inside birds, no outside birds. People call all the time and ask if we sell dogs and cats, but our name is Bird Mania, so we only sell birds. This is my helper here, Jason. We'll call him Bama. He's going to show his birds off. Where's your walkie? Oh, okay. I thought we were missing a bird, but she likes to hang in the back. All right, just tell you a little bit about Bird Mania. We're a small shop. We believe in sanitizing your hand before you touch a bird, so after the show, you're all welcome to come up and handle some of them. Some cannot be handled, like the Magna Double Yellow doesn't like to be handled today for some reason. So sanitize your hands, kids or adults, and we'll gladly let you hold the birds. You can make the birds sick a lot easier than they can make you sick. So if you have bacteria or something on your clothing or whatever, you can make these little guys sick. And since I hand feed them from when they're 2 to 3 weeks old, I get extremely attached. We do not breed. We get them in from breeders that we've known forever because there's puppy mills, there's birdie mills. I literally hand feed every single one of them, and I was doing it earlier today, and I'll be doing it later if you walk by. Stick a tube down their throat and feed them a formula. So I'm mommy to them, and they know that until they wean, and then they could care less who I am, as long as they can have their food. We do boarding if you're going away or you're doing work in your house. Smells are really contagious to the birds. Very toxic, will kill them. Stop trying to feed them. They try to feed each other too. But anyway, so we do boarding, grooming, nails, wings, beaks. We have cages, food. All our food is all natural, live, seed, so you keep it in the refrigerator, so it's all healthy. And toys and whatever you want for your birds, that's what we've got. All right, so let's talk about birds. I'm losing my voice today. Probably one of our most popular because of the size is a cockatiel. Now this is a baby, it's about 4.5 weeks old, and they get not much longer than this, a little bit bigger. They're really great for kids because they're real docile. They just want to sit on your shoulder. Thinks it's hungry, but if you look, that's all food in there. But because I'm mommy and he hears my voice, he wants to eat. The only way you can tell sex in most birds is you have to DNA them. You take blood out of their toes, we send it down to a lab in Florida, and they do an actual DNA test like the cops do on people. So that's how we find out what sex they are if you want to know. We do not sex the little ones because they're so tiny. Like this guy, we'd have to cut so many toenails to get enough blood, but we do all the bigger ones if somebody wants. I personally never know what sex my birds are. I really don't even care. But anyway, so they're real popular. The males can talk, the females don't. Not like in the real world, the women talk and the men don't. The males talk, females don't. That's the only difference between them. Otherwise, they've got great personalities and they're really sweet little birds. Next size up. We have canaries and lovebirds over there, which of course are smaller than any of these, but this is called a green-cheeked conure. This is a baby about 5 weeks old who really doesn't know how to perch, as you can see. They come in different varieties. They get to be about 10 inches long. They live about 25, 30 years. So this is called a pineapple because of all the colors on the belly. And then we have normal, and we have turquoise down at the stand that gets a real dark color because like turquoise is. So they're real playful. They mimic a few words. They're not talkers. We try to be honest with people and don't say, oh, this bird will tell you everything, will talk well. If it doesn't talk well, we'll tell you that. So this one wants to feed everybody. No, leave them alone. Leave them alone. You're too big. You're a big guy. So, but green cheeks like to lay on their backs. They like to play. They're real playful. They're great for kids too because of that. Any bird at any given time can bite. A dog or cat can do the same thing. So you learn to actually read your bird's temperament. Like yesterday, this is my personal bird, wanted to bite me and has never bit me because it doesn't like being at the show. So I left him alone for a while and then I told him to get him out because he had to come to the show. But anyway, so great little birds, great little green cheeks, a lot of fun, pretty colors or the darker colors. They're actually in here. So they're fun. My littlest baby, who I have in with the green cheeks, get that one out. This is called a Parrot. It gets about 5 inches long. Oh, look at the beautiful birdie. It gets about 5 inches long. They're real playful, but they're a little bird, a big bird in a little body, and they can have attitudes. Honestly, God, they can have a lot of attitudes. But this guy needs to be kept warm because he's so tiny, so I have him in with the green cheeks, and they're taking really good care of him. Nice little pets. People walk around with them in their pockets, so they're called pocket pets. Conure will, at about a year and a half old, the back of its head and the top of its back here will turn real bright yellow. They're beautiful birds, but they are screechers, and we're very honest about that. We want everyone to know that they are screechers. So if you live in an apartment and you take this son Conure home, we don't want you getting kicked out of your apartment and living in the street with your birds. So they're fun, they're playful, they're great birds, really. But we always make sure whoever comes to our shop, excuse me, that we ask a lot of questions, like, do you live in an apartment, do you live in a house, do you have neighbors, do you like noise, do you want somebody that talks, do you want somebody that cuddles, do you want somebody, and those are a lot of questions. And the other thing we do is we get them as babies, you put a deposit, you come to visit them. Some people come once a week, some people come 6 days a week, and by the time the bird goes home, that bird knows you, and then we've taught you everything you need to know about your bird. We want birds to become a one-time bird for you and no one else, and then you keep it the rest of your life. There are times where you can't keep your bird, and we do take in birds if people can't keep their birds, they've died or they've moved, and we have one that we just got. They're moving to Costa Rica and they can't take them. Sex any of them yet, because they're a little young yet, and some of them we really don't care. But they love to play. They're like a 2-year-old the rest of their life. They never grow up is what they do. So they live like 25, 30 years maybe, some even 35. It all depends on the bird. Birds can get the same performance.
Oh, look at that one's fun. Wow.
This one is a white belly. There's also a black cap. This one has a lot of soot on its head, but it is a white belly. But we call it a soot head. You'll lose most of that. They do not talk. You can actually tell sex. The male is, I know, I should picture him. The male is green with a candy corn beak. The female is bright red with the blue. She's very docile. If you see her sitting here, they can be super friendly, and then they can be a little, the B word for all the adults. Because they're in the wild, they're the queen. They live in the bottom of a tree, and they just live in there. 9 months out of the year at least, they never leave, because they have at any given time 5 males that take care of her. They bring her food, they come to be her friend, they come to hang out with her and mate with her, but at any given time. So she has to do nothing. So sitting here, she feels the same way. Why should I do anything? I'm the queen. And it's really funny, as we raise them from little, we get them in as little fur balls. We don't even, any fuzz balls, we don't even know what color they are. And every day we look, it's like a contest, who can guess which sex the bird's going to be. About 4 or 5 weeks old, we start to see a red or a green feather, and then we get all excited to know. But they go through the lunging period because they're learned in the wild to protect themselves from snakes, because they live in the hollow of a tree. So there's snakes right over there, so be careful. So when they go through a certain period, around maybe 6, 7 weeks old, they start that lunging in the cages, in the containers that they're in, when you go in to get them. But you just go in, you scratch their little heads, and then they get over it really, really fast. This guy up here is a 12-year-old magnet double yellowhead who someone gave to us because they couldn't keep it anymore for rehoming. Looking for his perfect home. Does he like everybody? No. Does he like some people? Yes. He does not like being at this show. But he is a magnet double yellowhead Amazon. Amazons can be very good talkers, and they also can have a little bit of an attitude, so we always tell everybody to be a little bit careful when it comes to Amazon. And then this guy here is my African gray, my personal gray. This is a Congo. Congos have red tails, and Timbas they're smaller, real dark, and they have burgundy tails. I also sell real estate, and somebody asked me told me if I sold their house, I had to take their bird. And I took Dexter 7 years ago, and he's lived with me ever since.